What's up, everybody? You're very welcome along to tonight's late night agenda. As always, I'm your host Craig, and you're all very, very welcome along to the show. There is, as always, loads of stuff to get through, ladies and gents. Transfer news coming in thick and fast. The countdown to the Premier League being back in action has begun. The countdown of Werner's buyout clause has begun, and we'll get to that a little bit later on as well. As always, hello to everybody that's coming in to join us. Thank you to those that are in the chat, and I look forward to having a bit of fun tonight. And I'm in flying form like I was last night, ladies and gentlemen, so sit back, relax, and I'm going to do my best to try and take you through the Liverpool news from today over the past 24 hours, and then at the end, sure, look, we'll have a bit of fun, we'll have a laugh along the way as always. If you're with us for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up on the stream as well. Other than that, I hope you're all in fine fettle, and yeah, let's have a bit of fun. So look, let's kick off today by wishing Liverpool Football Club a happy 128th birthday. Definitely the oldest bird associated in my life, and my missus is upstairs, so I'm going to be very careful about how I phrase that, because if I start saying that she's the next oldest bird, you know, I'm bound to get a slap, and rightly so. It deserved it, to be quite frank. Joanne, thank you for the first super sticker of the night. Spoiler alert, yes, there's loads for us to get through. Look, the clock ticking on the Timo Werner deal, because it's believed there's just 12 days for a club to trigger his £49 million or €55 million buyout clause, which expires apparently on June the 15th. Or are Michael Edwards and Liverpool looking to renegotiate for a lower price? Our hand could be forced on this if somebody like Chelsea, for example, were to go and trigger that release clause. But the ace up our sleeve is the fact that he's very, very clear that Liverpool's his preferred choice. We know that, he knows that, the world knows that. I don't know what to talk about on this one, ladies and gentlemen, because for me, I've said all along, I think Timo Werner is the most likely to sign for Liverpool Football Club. The fact that the clock is ticking here does make this very interesting indeed, because I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see if we sit back and wait to see if somebody like a Chelsea or a Manchester United or whoever it might be comes in and tries to trigger that release clause with Leipzig, or do Liverpool have a roll of the dice and perhaps sit back, wait to see, let it expire, then think to themselves, right, maybe we're in a bit of a better negotiating situation here, or do Leipzig just pull down the shutters and go, nah, sorry, you missed the window? I don't know on this one. It's going to be really intriguing, and I'm going to pay a lot of attention over the next 12 days or so to see what the club's stance is on it. Now, if you were to read the newspapers, which of course we all do, a lot of them seem to suggest that Liverpool aren't willing to meet that €55 million or £49 million buyout clause. And look, these numbers will vary. Some are saying €60 million, some are saying €55 million. We're kind of nitpicking either way. I think that Liverpool are going to sign Timo Werner. I think that Liverpool are going to sign Timo Werner in this upcoming transfer window. I suppose I'm willing to be patient if it means that Michael Edwards goes in there and does his full-on Michael Edwards and gets him for a knockdown fee. But I'm also just as happy to sit back and see Liverpool trigger that release clause and go in and get Timo Werner. I've seen some conflicting stuff as well from different ex-Liverpool players. So Didi Hamann, for example, I think doesn't think that Timo Werner will be the right fit for Liverpool, because I don't think he thinks he'd be coming in and be a starter straight away, and that if he went somewhere like Chelsea, I don't know if Didi said that, by the way, I'm just paraphrasing here, that perhaps that will be a better fit. And then you see other players, that other former players, I think Carra has come out and said that he thinks he'd be ideal to bring into Liverpool, and I'm of the mindset that I think Timo Werner is absolutely the perfect fit for Liverpool. A couple of people have thrown other names around. Chiesa is another one, the young kid, I think he's still at Fiorentina. For me, I'm a bit wary of bringing in Italian players to Liverpool. I can't for the life of me think of one that has really worked out. So like we've had Aquilani. Desena was meh, to be fair. Mario Balotelli didn't work out as well. So yeah, I'm a little bit wary when it comes to Italians. And Fabio Borini as well, of course, that didn't work out. So for me, Timo Werner, I think, will become a Liverpool player. As I said, I know I'm kind of going around a bit of a circle here, but I just want to see it happen. We all want to see it happen, but another important factor here to know is that we don't know when the transfer window actually opens. It is a really intriguing one, and I'd love to know what you guys think about this. And I'm going to get to your comments a little bit later on in the stream as well. There's some more news to get through, so I'm going to try and do this in a slightly different format tonight. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to read my comments. I'm going to read the notes I have down. I'm going to go through all the stories that I've seen today. I'll dip in and out, pull out a few comments, but then at the end we'll have a last 20 minutes or so where it's a free-for-all, and you guys can ask me whatever you want and put in whatever questions or comments you want. What have we got? Is in Edwards we trust, said Soldier Boy, and I'm with him. I'm with that dude. I'm absolutely all aboard the Michael Edwards train. Build a man a statue. He hasn't really let us down yet. I mean, there was a very, very good article in the Echo about the Liverpool scouting system and quite how in-depth it is, and how we're looking at using new technologies as well, of course, using the old scout in the stands, because sometimes you just can't beat a human eye looking at a player. But you know, football scouting has come on a lot over the past 10, 15, 20 years or so I can't look past Werner. I can't. I mean, call me a fool, but I just cannot look past us going and signing the dude. So, again, I know a lot of people are coming in, and a lot of people seen the headline today and are going to go, what's this fucking Egypt talking about Kylian Mbappe for? Why is Mbappe on that thumbnail? Why does this fool think Mbappe is going to come to Liverpool? Trust me, we don't just put up stuff up there for effect or to try and get you guys in. There's always a story behind anything that we have on a thumbnail. So, I've seen a few people in the chat saying, no way we're going to get Mbappe in. Just bear with me. That's all I ever ask. Just bear with me. We'll get to it. So, former France international Willy Sagnol believes Liverpool has a big advantage in the Mbappe transfer hunt. Speaking with Sport Bill, he said, this club has a big advantage. With Klopp, you have a coach with whom every player in the world would like to work. Mbappe would have to adjust under him. He demands a lot of defensive work from his strikers, which Mbappe is not yet good at. But he can learn that, especially from a guy like Klopp. No question, Mbappe could become a king with Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool. That is the reason, ladies and gentlemen, why the Kylian Mbappe story is on our thumbnail tonight. Because we're not saying we're going to sign Kylian Mbappe, but when ex-footballers, ex-France or French internationals are coming out and saying that they think that that's the best place for him to go in his career, that under Jurgen Klopp's tutelage, Kylian Mbappe could become, and I use his phrase here, a king. I like that word. Well in, Willy Sagnol on that one. So, I'm with him. We'd all love to see Kylian Mbappe at Liverpool. We'd love to see him wearing a red shirt. We'd love to see him working under Jurgen Klopp. But I also fully understand and appreciate everybody that thinks that's not going to happen, because it would cost the sun, the moon and the stars. And in this current football climate, it isn't going to happen. You're right, because we don't have 250 million and 600 or 700 grand a week to pay Kylian Mbappe. With all the best of intentions, even with the new Nike deal, even with the 20% of shirt sales and all of that. But it is still lovely to know that the best players in the world, whether it be the Mbappes, whether it be the Werners, whoever it might be, they look at our manager, our fucking gaffer, and they want to come and play for him. And other people are saying that our manager could make him an absolute superstar. And he's not the first, and he won't be the last, ladies and gentlemen. We are witnessing and we are living through a legend in Jurgen Klopp at this football club. The man transcends just the club. He transcends the sport. He speaks eloquently about so many matters. And above all else, he is a damn fine coach and has improved pretty much every single player, along of course with his great coaching staff, since he's come to the football club. So that's the reason today why we had the Kylian Mbappe story, and that's the reason why I'm here having a bit of fun and a laugh and talking about it. Craig, Jurgen Klopp had a conversation with him. That's why I'm confident to be at Liverpool, said Willow, and that's with regards to Timo Werner. Yeah, we did. We covered that on last night. Christian Falk, I think it was, gave some information. So if you didn't catch up at last night's stream, we did go through the whole Werner Klopp talk or call in more detail. It took place around Easter time apparently, so a few weeks back as well. So anyone that didn't watch last night's stream, I think it was pretty much at the start of the stream, so maybe afterwards go and check that out for a bit more information on that call that took place between Klopp and Werner. And when these things are coming out so publicly, when normally people would be screaming, tapping up at this point if it comes out that Jurgen Klopp had a phone call, or any manager had a phone call with another club's player. But you even hear the words or the media coming saying that from inside the Leipzig camp they fully believe that they're going to lose Timo Werner in this transfer window. Whether that be somebody coming and triggering that release clause we spoke about, or whether that be somebody else coming in a little bit later on and making an offer that Leipzig find acceptable. Now, another important thing to remember here is that Timo Werner signed a contract extension at Leipzig. He could have walked for free. So the club will probably remember that, appreciate that, and give him a bit more leeway with regards to any transfer, even if it isn't quite the amount they'd hope for. If it is in Werner's best wishes, maybe that's what they'll do. And this is where I think Michael Edwards will come into his own, because I think Liverpool may be sitting back, seeing if someone triggers that clause. If they don't, then they know that they can get to work, because it's very clear what Timo Werner wants. He wants to play under Jurgen Klopp. He wants to wear the red of Liverpool. He wants to play in front of the Kop. We all want him here. Leipzig have a good working relationship with Liverpool because of the Naby Keita transfer and some goodwill that went along with that. So I just can't see it not happening. And I'm going to keep here banging this drum night after night after night until Werner becomes a Liverpool player, because I'm very, very convinced, ladies and gentlemen, that that's going to become the case. Mark Harry said, Werner, come, you'll never walk alone. Boom, son. I like it. I like it, mate. Anything that gets a boom is good for me, mate. First time in your videos, you'll never walk alone, said Just Abdul. Lovely to have you with us, my friend. Thank you very much. I hope you subscribe to the channel and give us a thumbs up as well, buddy. Right, what else have we got? The latest round of Premier League tests took place, ladies and gentlemen, recently, and the results came in today. And of just under 1,200 tests that were carried out, there was one positive result in this round of tests. That has been confirmed to have come from Spurs, although of course with medical confidentiality, the exact name or the name of the person that was tested positive hasn't come out. What usually happens in these situations is the FA won't release it, the Premier League won't release it, the club won't release it, but if the person, whether it be a player or a coaching staff, wants to come out themselves and say, look, I was the one that was tested positive, I'm asymptomatic, which this person seems to be, by the way, which is great news, because you don't want anybody's health to suffer. So this person's asymptomatic, they will most likely come out and say, I was the one that tested positively and I will now go into isolation, obviously, as is the protocols. But yeah, again, look, the last 2 rounds of testing, and that's been over 2,000 tests, I believe, or thereabouts, we've had one positive result in the Premier League, one positive test result. So that's good. 0 would be better from those 2 rounds of testing, but, one with, what's that? I don't even want to try and work out the percentage there, but you're talking less than 0.5% anyway. So, good news with ahead of the resumption of the Premier League on June the 17th. So, I'm positive. I'm happy. I'm very careful choice of words there, Craig, when you say I'm positive. Relax there, fella. I'm happy with this. I mean, 0 would be better, but we are where we are. And as I said, anybody who did test positive in this latest round of testing, it's probably going to be very close to them not being able to take part in the opening round of fixtures. Obviously, the first one's up on June the 17th. Liverpool will be in action on June the 20th in the Merseyside derby against Everton. That's still to be confirmed, whether it takes place at Goodison or whether it will be at a neutral venue. We've talked about that numerous times, ladies and gents. You know my feelings on it. I want the integrity of the league to be maintained. I want every club to play their own games home and away as is scheduled, or everybody plays at neutral venues. I don't like this kind of picking and choosing. So I think Manchester City had a game that was due to be played behind closed doors. I think Manchester United, Sheffield United was one of those games. There was 3 Liverpool games, I think, in there as well. And hopefully common sense prevails here. Because as I said before, if you think, let's say, the Merseyside derby is going to be played in Wembley, which is Kevin Palmer, who's a journalist, said that that's one of the venues that they were looking at. Do you not think that there's Liverpool fans in London? Do you not think there might be Everton fans in London? Liverpool is a massive... Well, there's definitely Liverpool fans in London. We can say that far. I'm sure there's a couple of Evertonians scattered around there somewhere as well. You could probably... Yeah, there's a couple of them around there somewhere. Yeah, I can definitely get a whiff of saltiness in the air. Yeah, there's definitely a few of them in London. But look, my point here is that no matter where you put these fixtures, you could put Liverpool playing on the moon. And if Liverpool fans really wanted to, not only would we find a way to the moon, we would fucking track every shuttle on the way to the moon as well, like we do airplanes with incoming transfers. So my point here, I suppose, is that football fans have been vilified for long enough. Let the game take place at Goodison. Let every team play the games home and away. I'm sure the police and common sense will prevail, and I hope that they do. There is a meeting with the Safety Advisory Group, I think, which is due to take place at the start of next week, Monday or Tuesday, I'm not exactly sure which one, whereas this will finally be decided and we'll know where that Merseyside derby is going to take place. What have we got? Are you doing an Arsenal versus City watch along? Most likely, yes, because it pertains to Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? It's an important game. If Arsenal were to go to the Etihad, pick up 3 points, then if Liverpool beat Everton, do you know what I mean? Champions and all that jazz. I mean, look, it's just a matter of time till the Reds lift that trophy. Anyway, Hendo Shuffle is most definitely incoming, ladies and gents. Delwyn said, Craig, what is your thoughts on Sepp van den Berg? Obviously, I don't see the kid training every day, so all I can really do is judge him on the few appearances that I've seen. Sometimes I've looked at him and thought, very accomplished young centre-back. Other times I thought, it's clear there's still a little bit of work to be done there. Now, what we can say for certain is there was every club, major club in Europe, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, loads of clubs looking to get Sepp van den Berg signed up, and Liverpool worked very, very hard to get that deal over the line. He's very highly thought of. And I think he will go on to be a very good centre-back, but he's still young, and I don't want to rush the judgment on any young player because players develop at different pace. So let's just sit back and wait and not put pressure on his young shoulders. He's a Liverpool player. Let's give him the support that he deserves. And if he takes a year, 18 months, 2 years to develop into a top-class centre-back, what better people to have around him than the likes of Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk as well. So absolutely class. Abdul said, see, he's a Liverpool fan in Sheffield, so there you go. We're everywhere, Russ. We say it all the time. We're absolutely everywhere. Joanne said, not live on Hot Mic tonight. No, we're going to stick on YouTube only for everything bar watch-alongs. Watch-alongs we'll do on both platforms, but all of our late night agendas, we're just going to do them on YouTube because it's less stress for me. It's easier. Hot Mic's more of a live watch-along platform anyway, so... Right, let me get some more comments and then I'll move on to the rest of the news that I have. Ousmane Dembele to Liverpool. You've kind of taken this one off the tip of my tongue, mate. So let me just scroll up on my notes. So, DiMarzio has claimed that Liverpool have tried and were foiled in a bid to get Ousmane Dembele on loan from Barcelona. Now, if you don't know who this guy is, he's somebody who regularly talks about transfers on Twitter and that. He may perhaps be a journalist. I'm not really sure exactly what his job is. But he claims that the player turned us down because he wants to stay at Barcelona. Now, I'm going to call bullshit on this one for a couple of reasons. Firstly, he's very clearly not wanted at Barcelona. So why he would turn us down because he wants to stay at Barcelona when it's very clear that he's available for sale and that the club want to get rid of him. And secondly, he also goes on to say that Juventus are interested in the player and about to start negotiations. Now, why the fuck would you start negotiations with a player who's just come out and made it clear that Liverpool isn't the club for him because he wants to stay at Barcelona? So why would Juventus open negotiations with a player who's already said his interest is to stay at Barcelona? I'm calling ITK bullshit on this rumour because it is just that. He's been hypocritical in his own fucking piece there. He has said that Liverpool tried to sign him, turned us down because he wants to stay at Barcelona, and then went on to say that Juventus are interested and are about to start going into open negotiations. Again, I repeat, why would you open negotiations with a player who has already made it clear that he wants to stay at Barcelona? And then flip that again. We know that Barcelona are more than happy to try and move on Felipe Coutinho, Ousmane Dembele and Antoine Griezmann this summer. So I'm just sick of it. Just relax with it. Just relax with the ITK bullshit. Let the transfers happen. Let the cards fall as they may. And the truth will out. I mean, I found it very hard to believe that Barcelona were willing to accept 40 million quid for a player that they spent over 100 million quid on. It seems strange to me. I know that they're a little bit desperate to move players on, and I know they want to free up some cash, but that is a fucking massive hit to take on a player. So again, like I said the other day, I'm calling bullshit on this transfer. The Koulibaly stuff is just pie in the sky nonsense that I don't know why people keep banging this drum. But Koulibaly is not going to come to Liverpool. People have wrote articles to say that Jurgen Klopp is sitting at home dreaming about a Koulibaly and Virgil van Dijk partnership. We're all sitting at home dreaming about shit. I'm sitting here dreaming about seeing Kylian Mbappe running down the wing. And we'd all love to have Koulibaly at the club. But realism here. Realism has to take place at some point. We're already openly come out and say that we're a little bit unsure as to the financial market right now, and then we're in the same breath, some journalists are saying, oh, well, Liverpool are interested in an £89 million deal for Koulibaly. No, we're not. No, we're not. Just stop talking shit. It's not going to happen. There's a reason why Klopp wants him, said Liverpool, you never walk alone. I gather that's in regards to Werner. Leon Khan said Dembele is a massive upgrade on Shaqiri. He is. Definitely. There's no doubt about that. 100%. He is a massive, massive, massive upgrade on Shaqiri. But my point isn't that Liverpool may not have an interest in Ousmane Dembele. We could well have. I don't know. But my point is that I'm just sick of all these little ITKs or all these people that claim to be in the know, putting these bullshit transfer rumours out there and driving Liverpool fans into a frenzy because they turn on each other. We all start arguing and fighting. Just wait and see what happens. We kind of have an idea who we're interested in. The Houssem Aouars, the Timo Werners, maybe a Kai Havertz, possibly a young centre-back. Could look at a left-back position, I don't know. And then maybe a backup goalkeeper if Adrian moves on this summer. But other than that, we're not going to see a Kylian Mbappe. We're not going to see a Koulibaly. It's just not realistic in the current financial climate. I actually would struggle to believe that there's going to be many circa plus £100 million transfers coming up in the coming window. Maybe Manchester United will lay down that much money for Sancho. I don't know. They could do it. They are capable of it. They do have enough money to do it. That's one club that are sitting there with some cash reserves that want to do some business. So potentially that might happen, but we're not going to sign Koulibaly and we're not going to sign Kylian Mbappe now. If we sign Kylian Mbappe down the line, from some reason we work some magic with our accounting system, I don't know. Not my place to say that. But all I can talk about is what's upcoming and what's going to happen in this window. The whole financial football ecosystem or football financial ecosystem, we should say, is a little bit all over the place at the minute. Nobody really knows what's going on. There's a load of talk that we might see more player exchange deals. And I believe that. That's absolutely possible. And one of the ones that I've seen touted about was maybe Antoine Griezmann plus X amount of money for Neymar to come the opposite direction. I don't know. I guess only time will tell. Craig, has the friendly fixtures been announced? No. I don't know what Liverpool's plans are with regards to friendlies, but as I said on last night's stream, the FA and the Premier League have given the go-ahead for clubs to play a couple of friendlies if they so want to before the resumption of the Premier League. Now, there was a few rules and regulations that were put in place. So, firstly, players will have to arrive in their kits, in their own cars, to the venue where the games are going to be played, if they're going to play any friendlies. Those venues cannot be more than 90 minutes away from, I suppose, Anfield. I suppose that's where they're using to draw the map. Also, if the game's going to be played inside the stadium, players are going to have to come in through the players' entrance and walk straight out onto the pitch. No dressing rooms are going to be used. Players will, as I said, go to and from the game in their own kits, and I suppose the team talks and all that will be done in the open air at the side of the pitches. Naby Keita will be a beast of a player next season if he stays injury-free. Exactly. He could be like a new signing. I know that's a bit cringy to say and all because he's been here a while, but it's no secret that Naby hasn't really developed fully just yet. I mean, you do have to give him time to adapt to the new league, but he's had a bit of a bad run with injuries as well. But no doubt about it, we have still to see the best of what is an extremely talented footballer. Joe Matip or Joe Gomez? Gomez, every day of the week. Joe Gomez is Virgil van Dijk's partner, or his preferred partner, and that's no secret. I mean, you ask any journalist close to Liverpool who Virgil van Dijk's preferred partner is with regards to Kloppo's thinking, and it's Joe Gomez. Sometimes he might switch it up for tactical reasons. We've seen Lovren being played before. We've seen Joe Matip being played before. Maybe if it's he wants a bit of an aerial presence, you might put in Joe Matip because he's a little bit taller. Who do I think will get relegated? This is going to sound really mean, but I really don't give a fuck who gets relegated because it's not really our concern. I don't mean that to sound rude. Obviously, I genuinely don't, but all I'm concerned about is Liverpool hopefully breaking Manchester City's 100-point record because we know we're going to win the league. That's not even up for debate. That's going to happen. It's just a matter of if we can get past that 100 points that Manchester City amassed, which would be an amazing achievement because Liverpool have been sensational this season. I mean, to be 25 points ahead with 9 games left to play is nothing beyond amazing. I mean, I'm still pinching myself at the fact that we are where we are. I mean, obviously, we could be champions right now. The league campaign would be over. We'd have celebrated. We'd have had the parade. but we are where we are, and to put a positive spin on it, at least we still have this to look forward to. At least we still have Hendo lifting that trophy to look forward to, if we can put any positive spin on this. Because yes, we'd all like it to be done inside the packed Anfield, and yet we'd all love to be over in Liverpool for a trophy parade, but you know, things are as they are, and we've a lot of games to look forward to. And I've got some good news actually on that front with regards to the game. So the fixtures are going to be announced very soon as to what's on television and what isn't. But Amazon Prime has come out and said that it's going to make the 4 Premier League games that they have free to air, which is really good news from Amazon. Add to that the 25 games that Sky are going to be making free to air. By the way, that includes the Merseyside derby between Everton and Liverpool. So belter of a game to kick off Liverpool there. Along with the 4 games that BBC will be showing as well. That makes up 33, that's a very Irish thing to say, 33 and a third. That makes up 33 free-to-air Premier League games from the remaining 92. So, you know, a lot of people out there don't have Sky subscriptions, don't have Amazon Prime, don't have BT or whatever. Well, you're going to get to watch 33 games absolutely free, thanks to Sky, thanks to Amazon, BBC and the Premier League of course, and that's great news. That is absolutely great news, and I'm sure you guys are delighted about that as well. You wouldn't get both Mbappe and Werner, smiley face emoji from Taylor the gobshite wheeling. Mate, nobody's fucking saying we're going to get Werner and Mbappe, so you're making laughing emojis at something that nobody has said, you absolute clown. Now go back to bed, mate. Tell your ma to tuck you in, because nobody gives a fuck about what you have to say. Adios. Craig, is Salah replaceable? Everybody is replaceable. Everybody. Liverpool Football Club or any other football club will exist and players will come and go. We would have said Stevie G was irreplaceable. We would have said Kenny Dalglish was irreplaceable. We may have said Suarez was very hard to replace. But football clubs are living, breathing things that move forward. New players will come in, old players will go out, and we'll still be here supporting anybody that puts on that shirt. So nobody wants Mo or Sadio or Bobby to go anywhere, but everybody is replaceable. Every single person is replaceable with regards to the footballing context. Do you think Sancho will come to Liverpool? No, Callum, unfortunately, mate, I think he'll go to United. And I don't like to come on and say that, but I always try and give my honest opinion. And I think the most likely place for Jadon Sancho to end up is at Manchester United. Right, what else have we got? It's believed that Premier League clubs are considering... I can't believe I'm actually reading this out, by the way, but it is news, it is true, and we're going to have to wait and see what happens. But it's believed Premier League clubs are considering using crowd noise from FIFA 20. Yep, you heard me right. From FIFA 20 during games. The idea could well be put to a vote at the next round of Premier League meetings. I don't know what to say to that, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, how the fuck do you reply to that? They're thinking of using FIFA crowd noise. I don't know who that benefits. It wouldn't be natural. It wouldn't be able to go along with the ebb and flow of a game. And that's what I love about English football in particular, is that sometimes you go and you watch games like maybe in Germany and stuff where there's constant repetitive music or banging of a drum and the crowd are singing the whole way through it. And then you have games in England where it's all... There can be little lulls and then a sliding tackle or something can come in and the crowd are up and the whole atmosphere changes, and you can't fake that shit. You can't just pump in crowd noise and fake it. I, for one, I don't know about you guys, but I, for one, want to be able to hear the players cursing and swearing at each other and hear how they communicate with each other and hear how they call for somebody to leave it and hear how they do all of these things that we don't usually get to see and hear because of the crowd noises. So, for me, I would say no to FIFA 20 crowd noise being pumped into the stadiums. I don't see the need for it. As I said, I'd rather hear the players and hear their instructions and just get a little insight into parts of football that we don't always get to see. Well, maybe if you go watch non-league or you go watch your local Sunday League team, then yeah, you do get to hear it. But it'd be nice to hear Virgil van Dijk yelling out heads up to Mo or something as he drops a fucking 60-yard diag over the top to him, or him organising his defence, or hearing Jordan Henderson telling somebody to come and cover for him as he goes on a dart and run up the pitch or something. They're all the little things that I'm trying to again put a positive spin on this and looking forward to. We all want the stadiums absolutely full to the rafters with fans, of course we do, But in the world that we're in right now, that isn't going to take place anytime soon. Definitely for the rest of this Premier League campaign anyway. So, look, ladies and gentlemen, I've gone through the news that I have to go through. I'm going to turn the second half of this show over to you guys. It is your show, your platform. Let me know what you want to talk about. I'm going to read through as many of your comments as I can, and I'm going to get through as many talking points as I can. So, again, the floor is yours, ladies and gentlemen. I am but a mere servant. What have we got? I can hear Goldbridge saying scripted. I don't know what that's about. Only just found this channel, great content. Thank you, mate. I'm really glad that you appreciate it, and we appreciate you being here, Lutho. So hit that subscribe button, mate. Give us a thumbs up as well. Again, thank you to all of our members. If you want to become a member of the channel, just hit that join button. Membership to Anfield Agenda, as cheap as can be. It's just 99p a month for our Anfield Agenda FC membership. With that, you get use of all the emojis that you're going to see spamming up your screen right now. I love that I say that and know that our members won't let me down. You also get the Anfield Agenda logo beside your name, which makes it easier for me to see your comments. And also at my end, it doesn't happen at your end, but at my end, all of our members' names are in green. You also get access to our Anfield Agenda Discord group. So a whole host of stuff for just 99p a month, and again it helps support a small little channel like ours as well. Thank you to Adam, to Rob, and everyone that's putting in all those comments right now. And there are some more emojis on the way as well when Mr. Crosby gets some more time. Am I allowed to tell them who our interview was with on Monday, Connor? Because we've already told the Discord group, so yeah, fuck it, we'll just tell you anyway. So we recorded an interview on Monday with Jamie Webster. We don't know when it's going to be out yet, because Connor's going to take his time editing it to make sure it's as good as can be. But it was always good fun catching up with Jamie. As you guys know, Jamie has a new album coming out in August. We Get By is the name of the album. It was great to catch up with Jamie. It was pretty much a year to the day almost since we last interviewed him, just before he went on stage at the M&S Bank Arena in Liverpool for the Boss Night gig before the Reds went off to the final in Madrid. And it was a belter of a night, that one as well. So lovely to catch up with Jamie for that interview. And as I said, keep an eye out on the channel. We're not 100% sure when it's going to go live, but even better reason to make sure you've got those notifications turned on as well. Joanne Fisher said, happy anniversary Liverpool FC, 128th birthday. All the very best to Callum as well, who is Joanne's son, who celebrates his 22nd birthday today. So from all of us at Anfield Agenda, and I know I speak for all of our subscribers as well, happy birthday to Liverpool, of course, and happy birthday to Callum as well, who is 22 today. Many happy returns, buddy, from all of us at the channel. VVD or Mane, with regards to what? They're all legends. Hendo for Player of the Year. Love how United fans get rattled over it. I love it as well, mate. More of that shit, please. Keep spreading that Jordan Henderson propaganda, because I've been banging the Hendo drum for a long time. I'm a massive admirer of Jordan Henderson, and I'm glad to see that he's getting the admiration that he finally deserves from a load of people. And let opposition fans be salty. We know how good Jordan Henderson is. It's about time the rest of the world started to see it, because every manager that he's played under sings his praises. Does anybody know how to get these emojis? Yeah, you become a member of the channel, buddy. That's how you get the emojis. Hit the join button, become a member of the channel, and that's where you get all the emojis. They're only available to members, my friend. Naby K will be a beast of a player next season, said Mario. Thank you for that, Mario. I was only 6 months old when Liverpool FC were founded, said Elijah John 5. Yeah, and here we are, 128. Happy 128th birthday, John. I know I'm 6 months late. Or Elijah John, I should say. Imagine being 128, though. God. She's looking well, isn't she? For 128. How much is the cabbage worth? And if anyone doesn't know who Casper's referring to, I gather he's talking about Dejan Lovren, by the way. I don't know. How much is Dejan Lovren worth if we were to move him on this summer? 15 million? 20 million? I don't know what he'd be worth in the current climate, but again, happy for you guys to give me your opinion on it. Again, anything we talked about earlier on, ladies and gentlemen, you want to talk about the Mbappe stuff, you want to talk about the Timo Werner stuff. As I said, there are 12 days and counting left until his bio clause runs out. I think it's the 15th of June, if all the media reports are to be believed. 20p, said Rob said. 20p, any increase on 20p for Dejan Lovren? 25 in the back, 25 to 5, 30 anyway. We'll have 30 for Dejan Lovren. No, 20p. Fredo. Can't even get a Fredo. Do you know what I mean? Oh, hang on. We've got a pound. Somebody thinks he's worth a pound. Hello, Craig, mate. Do you think Curtis Jones will have a good career with us? He looks like a decent young talent. Thank you for that, Kieran. Yes, I think he's going to be an amazing player, mate. I see him stepping in and filling the Adam Lallana void when Lallana moves on at the end of the season. And one thing I love about Curtis Jones is you probably remember seeing the interview with him last year where he said that he's chomping at the bit. He's nearly knocking on the manager's door asking for opportunities. And every time Curtis Jones has been given an opportunity or some responsibility, he's stepped up and performed fantastically well. Whether it be the winning penalty against Arsenal in front of the Kop, whether it be the goal against Everton, he just keeps progressing and stepping up. Every time he's asked a question, he answers it. So I've no doubt that we're going to see much more of Curtis Jones in the years to come. He's an amazing player. I'm so happy that he's at the club. I really am. Dave Smith said between 12 to 15 million for Dejan Lovren. Great to see you in such good form, lad, said Kieran McCormick. Thank you, Kieran. Do you know what? I took some time off last week, and during that time off, I spent almost all of it just sitting and thinking. Just sitting and thinking about what I want for the future of the channel, how I want to act when I'm on here. Act isn't the right word because everything that you do has to be real, but I just want to be more upbeat because I'm sick of coming on and whinging and being bitchy at times and moaning and shouting about stuff, and there's plenty of time for that when I'm moaning at referees. But I thought about it, and I'm not going to let any of the negative vibes from outside come in and get to me. Fuck them. Fuck all the trolls. Anybody that has nothing positive to say about me or the channel, they're not going to get any of my attention anymore, unless, of course, there's a little troll that I just want to have a little kick at in the chat, because I always appreciate and enjoy doing that. But I'm not going to let any of the negative vibes from outside, all the people that have been trying to bring us down for all these years, you're just not going to get to me anymore. There's just too much serious shit going on for me to be concerned about somebody calling me an Irish twat or telling me to support a League of Ireland team or calling me a bald nonce or calling me a big fat Irish baby or calling me whatever the hell they want to call me. The truth is, all these people that have these things to say to me, to you, to anybody else, they're all just lacking something in their own lives. They're all just lacking love, positivity, happiness. I don't know. I feel sorry for these people. I genuinely do. I wish I could give them a hug or shake their hand or tell them it's going to be alright and tell them that if they practice really hard someday they might become a mid-tier troll instead of the usual bullshit antics that we have to see and do on the channel. And I'm just not going to let it get to me. I'm not going to let it get to me because everything that we get, everything we as a community on this channel get, we've earned together. We've been here from day one, building slowly, building a movement, building a community of Reds from all around the world. And I'm so happy to see that there's still some new people coming in. And one by one, we're adding new people to our family on here. Whether you're just a subscriber, whether you're a member, whether you're in a Discord group, whether you follow us on Instagram or Twitter, all the people that come in and share these moments with us, thank you. I must thank you on every stream, but I'm going to continue to do it because without you guys, without the love and support that you've shown this channel from day one, I wouldn't be able to be still here. I can tell you that. You guys and your love and support has helped elevate me up and thicken my skin a little bit and know that what we're doing for a fucking reason and that nobody is going to stop us. No dodgy awards, none of this bullshit, nobody fucking us over, nobody trying to say we're this, that or the other. Nobody's going to stop us. We're too tight, if that's the right word. We've built up too much of a lovely base amongst our community, and that's what it is on here. We're a channel that is living and breathing, and it's only because of you guys. I mean, it's easy for me. I just sit here and read out comments. Anybody could do what I do. I'm nothing special, but what is special is the environment that we've built here. And you guys have shaped that environment, whether it be our moderators that come in night after night and remove all the trolling little shits, whether it be the people that come in and share a kind word, or Callum's birthday as an example. The amount of people that you'll see saying happy birthday to Callum in the chat and stuff like that, it's different, it's special, it means a lot to me. And last year when we played Barcelona, and I keep going back to this game because it was fucking amazing, but I genuinely, I think I would rather have been here sharing that moment with the people that I shared it with than inside the stadium. And that probably sounds really fucking weird, I know. But I look forward to coming on here at night and chatting to everybody. I look forward to coming on and sharing some life experiences with everybody and sharing these moments with everybody. And I came into YouTube a fool. I came into YouTube not knowing anything about it. I didn't realise the whole movement of fan content, really. I just wanted to talk about Liverpool with other Liverpool fans, and as I've gotten to know some great people, Mark Goldbridge, Claude, Expressions, Lee Chappie, just so many that I haven't named, like Troops, a load of great people that I've gotten to know over the years doing this, and some of them have their own way of doing things that I don't agree with, and I'm sure that I do some stuff that they don't agree with, but there's some good people in this industry, and they're the ones that I'm going to focus my attention on, not the negative fuckers who want to bring us down or have nothing good to say about us. They can kiss each and every one of our asses, and I know I speak for you all when I say that. Hey Craig, keep doing what you do, mate. Pure gold, said Storm Thomas. Thank you, buddy. You've always been a very good fan of the channel. Craig, do you sell merchandise like United Stand, or would you consider doing it? Connor's working on a little bit of it at the minute, mate. Yes. We wanted to wait till we grew a little bit before we looked at merchandise and stuff like that. I mean, and congratulations, by the way, to Mark and all the guys at the United Stand for hitting 700,000 subscribers. Very well earned. I mean, you guys know I'm a friend of Mark's. I've got nothing but respect for him. When it comes to our club allegiances, I hope his club burns to the fucking ground, and I mean that metaphorically, of course. I hope there's shit for many years to come, and I know he wishes the same to me in Liverpool, but yeah, congratulations to them on hitting that milestone, and I'm sure that they'll be on the road to 1 million very soon, and look, he's himself and others have paved the way for fan channels, so we're all just kind of learning as we go, and yeah, I'm very appreciative of all the help that we've had on the way as well. This is the best Liverpool channel, said nsharpie_YouTube. Thank you, pal. Do you know what? Like, for somebody to say that, you've no fucking idea how much that means to, like, I can only speak for me in this one, but Redmen TV and the Anfield Wrap are phenomenal at what they do. I mean, I look in from the outside and I don't know the guys from me. I don't know Chris, I don't know Paul, I don't know Neil Atkinson or Robbo or Gibbo or anybody at the Anfield Wrap. But I'll always look at them with admiration because what they do is fantastic. But it's a different style of content to what we do. I mean, they're much more articulate in what they have to say. They're a lot less sweary and cunty than I am. And I'll always look in and be a fan of what they do. But I still want us to pave our own way and try and do things a little bit differently. So, yeah, I'm as I said, I've nothing but admiration for the work that all these guys put in. Rob said, thank you for the super chat. Rob said, happy birthday to Liverpool and Callum. Happy birthday to Callum. Said, Liverpool, you never walk alone. You think Shaqiri will leave? Said ARN Gaming. I do, mate, yes. Where he goes, I'm not sure yet, but I do think he'll move on. What do you guys think? As I said, this is your show. I want your thoughts on everything as well. How much he'll go for intrigues me as well. We know that Liverpool bought him for, some 12, 13 million pounds, something like that, because of his relegation clause in his Stoke contract. So we kind of got a bargain when we were signing Shaqiri, and I think we'll probably make a profit. I know wages and all that have to be taken into account, VAT, agents' fees, all the stuff that we keep forgetting about when we talk about transfers, but I do think he'll move on. Everything that I've read seems to suggest that he'll move on, but again, nothing is set in stone until it happens. Just over 2 weeks until we see a football game, said Kay. I can't wait. Okay, I tell you, I cannot wait. I'm counting the days down. I really, really am. I mean, having the Bundesliga back is cool. The La Liga comes back, I think, on June the 11th with Real Betis Sevilla derby, and that's going to be great as well. But look, we're all Liverpool fans. We want the Premier League to be back in action. Connor said, I was a Liverpool fan from about the age of 5 or 6, but I probably didn't start to properly watch it and understood until a few years after that, if that makes any sense. Yep. I think we're all still learning. I mean, I said this to Connor the other day. I watched that Pass the Ball, Move the Ball, I think is the name of the documentary, based on Graham Hunter's book. Graham Hunter, friend of the channel. Yes, I am name dropping there. Mic drop. Yeah, that documentary, I thought I knew football. I played it my entire life. I watched it my entire life. But then when I seen that documentary about that Pep Guardiola Barcelona team and those 4 years of absolute fucking domination that they had in both Europe and in Spain, I kind of got to realise I still have a lot to learn about this game, and I'm looking forward to learning it. I'm looking forward to learning it with you guys as well. Callum, how are you, buddy? And happy birthday. He said, hi Craig, thanks for all this tonight. I know it's a bit of cheeky for me to try and ask, but could I become a mod for my birthday? That is not my decision, Callum, and I would have to say no. unfortunately, mate, because it's not my decision, but I know Brian would probably give you that answer anyway. He was our chief moderator. And the reason is not a personal one, mate, whatsoever. It's just because where we are right now as a channel, we've got enough mods to cope. If the channel gets busier and the traffic and then the comments begin to go a little bit quicker, then we'll have to reassess, of course. But where we are right now, buddy, and I know it's your birthday, and I'm just being honest, pal, we're pretty covered as we are. But I again want to reiterate, happy birthday to you, man. And don't think any less, or don't think that we think any less of you. You're part of our family in here, mate. And your mum is, again, another great part of our family in here. So, again, don't take it personally. Anybody that asks me to become a mod has been told no, because we're alright as we are. So again, don't take it personally. I could just pawn it off on Brian, but I'm trying to be nice about it and cover Brian's backside from, because he's probably off playing with his fucking RC car somewhere, because that's what Brian does in his spare time. He won't tell you that, but if you look at his Instagram account, yeah, he does. He loves an LRC car, does Brian. You're going to be watching Arsenal versus City. I am indeed, mate. We're going to do a watch along of it on the channel as well. Because it is kind of related to Liverpool, isn't it? 15 minutes or so left on tonight's stream, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on with Werner, said Remy Bain. And let me go back to the start of the stream, mate. Well, not the start of the stream, to my notes, I should say, from the start of the stream. Right, so with Timo Werner, the news is this. There are 12 days rumoured to be left on his buyout clause. So anyone that wants to trigger that £49 million clause has to do so before June the 15th. We said that we're wondering if Liverpool are sitting back to wait to see if somebody's going to trigger that. So Chelsea, as we know, are rumoured to be interested in Timo Werner. So are Liverpool sitting back and waiting to see if anybody comes in to trigger that clause? And if not, do we sit back and just try and renegotiate a lower fee if the clause passes? So that's pretty much the news where we have it at the minute, mate. €30, that's what Loveland's worth, says Willow. I love the way you're English, but you've still got into euros there because we're Irish, and you're just doing that for us, Willow. So well in. Red for Life said, what do the spanners beside people's name mean? They're moderators, mate, which means that they look after the chat for us. So if they see somebody coming in spamming a link, or, well, they can't actually post a link because you have to be a mod to do that. But if they came in calling people dickheads or just being a twat, our moderators take care of that. So Connor, Dave Smith, Brian, Joanne, John, all those people are moderators of the channel. That just means that they look after the chat and make sure that it remains a fun, friendly environment filled with people who want to come in and just talk about the Reds or whatever the football club might be. And Connor said, give Twin Trails RC, which is Brian's account, a follow over on Instagram. He said the logo was class on there, and he's only saying that because he fucking designed it, that's why. But again, let me give a shout out to our own social media accounts. So if you do like us on here, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and on Twitter as well, just at Anfield Agenda. Really straightforward on both of them. We're trying to build up our Instagram following in particular. We're doing alright on Twitter, you know. We've got 35,000 or something like that, in and around. Kind of similar numbers to YouTube. But Instagram, we've kind of only started to post on it a little bit more over the past few months, and I think we're up to about just over 12k, I think, on Instagram. So look, if you're a fan of our content on here, I'm going to be adding some videos to our Instagram story as well moving forward. Connor's going to be putting up some images on there as well. We're going to start doing a few Instagram lives and that as well. So if you like us on here, please do go over at Anfield Agenda on Instagram. Give us a follow on there as well. And let us know. Like a video, put a comment in. We're going to do our best to be as interactive on there as we are on here as well. It's going to be my new mission, my new baby, because I've started to play around with Instagram a little bit. I used to be on Twitter all the time, but I have a love-hate relationship with Twitter. I've always said this to you guys. I've met some of the best people possible on Twitter, and I've encountered some of the scummiest scum that you'll ever come across in your life on there as well. Trolling horrible little bastards that just sit behind fake accounts and spend their entire pathetic little lives just running people down, whether it be men, women, for whatever reason. They're just assholes. So I decided I'm going to go over and mess around on Instagram for a while and have some fun over there, because I like the fact that I can record little 15-second videos and stuff on the Instagram story. I like that I can do Instagram lives at the drop of a hat from my phone, and I don't have to do all the setup that I do here on Anfield Agenda, because every night I do this stream, I have to spend 15 minutes, 20 minutes setting it up, 15, 20 minutes dismantling everything, because I do it in my living room. I've said this to you guys before, but as of right now, I'm sitting, my sofa's to my right, there's a framed Naby shirt above my head, which is kind of behind the green screen that you can't see. TV's there, and my wife's upstairs in the bedroom watching television. The family are kind enough to allow me this time to come down and do this and talk to you wonderful people. Very surprised nobody's asked me about the shirt yet. Because usually every time I wear an MLS shirt, somebody asks me about it. Diesel, how are you, buddy? Diesel's in the chat. Diesel is part of Claude and the Bansters. Go over, give them a follow on Hot Mic and the other platform as well. How are you, Diesel? I hope you're well, mate. And I was actually chatting to Terry earlier on from Claude and the Bansters as well. And had a good chat with Terry. He gave us some information about Instagram and stuff, which is very helpful. What else have we got? Where's the dancing alien? He's class. Which one do you want? Do we want Cowboy Alien or do we want normal Newlon Voider? Like, do we want his country and western cousin or do we want Newlon Voider? Which is the name of our little dancing alien, by the way. I'll tell you what I'll do. Next super chat or next new member to the channel, I'll break out Newlon Voider because that's what he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be our little super chat mascot every time we get a super chat. Would you do a That's Liverpool show with Football Terrace? I did a show with Terry. I was on there a month ago, something like that. Yeah, so I've done one. Since Werner's too expensive for us, we'll be looking towards Poulsen for about 20 million. The other player from Leipzig, no. I don't think so, mate. And I don't think that Werner is too expensive for us, Troy. I think that it's either a bit of a game of brinksmanship, if you want. I think maybe Michael Edwards of Liverpool are looking to sit back and wait. Rob's put with a £2 super chat and said, let's see him then. You haven't said which one you want, Rob. Do you want Cowboy Alien or do you want normal? Well, let's give you both of them. Fuck it. Let's see both of these. Let's them have a dance off. Go on, lads. Have a dance off. Go on. One of them's a bit more of a break dancer. You know, he's a little bit smaller. He's not as tall as Newlon. Newlon there is a bit of a tall, skinny drink of water, isn't he? Where the other lad's a bit more of a kind of Sheridan Shaqiri and a cowboy hat kind of smaller type dude. But look at him go. Look at them two motherfuckers. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, so there you go. There are two little mascots, Newlon Voider and his country and western cousin. Brad said Craig is a fucking legend. Thank you, mate. You can say fucking though. It's alright. We love bad language on this channel, mate. I actually bonus points for anyone who uses bad language. What else have we got? Go wait for it, said Joanne. Thank you for the super sticker, Joanne. Regards, Craig. Did you hear that Wilder has pulled out of the third fight with Fury? Do you know, Dara, that's really interesting because I'd seen more talk coming out of both camps. It's not very often, I should say, that you hear Tyson Fury's camp coming out and talking up these fights because we know, Eddie Hearn has a bit of a tenuous relationship with El Bricktop. So, yeah, I've seen a bit more stuff that they've come out and said that Frank Warren has said that fight could be made in a day. And it is interesting. I mean, does Pulev step aside then? Because I know he's under the stewardship of not Al Heyman, the other guy. The guy who looks after Wilder. Not Al Heyman, what's his name? The old guy. Really, really old. Can't think of his name off the top of my head. But I hope that fight gets made. It's a fight that we all want to see happen. And whether it happens now or whether they both go through and fulfill as mandatories, I don't know. But it's really interesting, mate. And look, it's a fight that needs to happen. How often are you going to get two English heavyweights that have all the belts, all the marbles between them? So I'd love to see it happen. I really would. No, it's not Shelley Finkel, Darryl. He's in charge of... he's Deontay Wilder's manager. It's not Shelley Finkel. It's the other guy. It's not Al Heyman. It's not Shelley Finkel. I've just drawn a complete blank at this moment in time. What have we got? Eddie Hearn came out and said if Wilder loses again, he wouldn't ever get a Joshua fight. I don't understand why Deontay Wilder wants the third fight. He lost the first one. They might have robbed it and robbed Fury and given it a draw. But we all know Fury won the first one. Bob Arum. That's it. It's Bob Arum. Thank you for that, Nolan. Yeah, Bob Arum is the person who takes care of Tyson Fury with Frank Warren as well. Top rank, isn't it, that Bob Arum is in charge of? So yeah, I hope it happens. Bob Arum also manages or takes care of, also promotes Pulev, who is AJ's mandatory. So if Wilder steps aside and they can give Pulev some step aside money, then that's the fight we'd all love to see, isn't it? The year is 2045 and Liverpool still have yet to sign Mbappe. Okay. And that comment in 2045 will still be as fucking pointless as it is today, mate. So, there you go. Life won't change very much. Craig versus Tyson Fury. Not a chance I would get in there with Fury, mate. Not a hope. Christ almighty. his footwork. Like, he's bigger than me, heavier than me, and he's better footwork than me, better boxer than me, tougher than me, better looking than me, funnier than me, better singer than me. There's literally nothing I could beat Tyson Fury at. What else is there? Rob said, thank you very much, mate, for the super sticker, Rob. Really appreciate it. Craig, how would you feel if Chelsea break Werner's release clause? It could happen, Shay. I was touching on that earlier on. Chelsea are definitely interested in Werner from everything that I've read. Now, if they trigger his release clause, what happens? Does Werner say to them, look, with all due respect, guys, I'm waiting to see what happens with Liverpool, and if Liverpool don't come forward, then maybe he goes and signs for Chelsea. But them triggering his release clause doesn't mean that the player himself will necessarily agree to sign. But they are in the chase from everything that I've read, which is why I said this last 12 days that his release clause is valid for is going to be interesting. And I don't know if Michael Edwards and Liverpool are so confident that Werner wants to come to Liverpool that they think they can negotiate a better deal. If anybody can do it, it's Michael Edwards. We know that one. But yeah, it is intriguing. I mean, what would happen, as you said, if Chelsea did go and trigger that release clause? Does Werner say no and hope Liverpool come in? Or does he say, do you know what, I'll give it a bash and I'll go and have a look at London? I don't know. I agree with Dwayne there, who said Chelsea can trigger the clause, but Werner wants Liverpool. That's the way I see it as well. I don't understand why United keep getting mentioned in the Timo Werner thing, by the way, in the media. I mean, he's not going to go to United, let's be quite frank about it. I think United will be quite far down Timo Werner's list at this moment in time. And I don't care, by the way, if he was a United fan as a child before anyone tries to throw that shit at me. Because that doesn't matter one fucking jot. Because his career is what matters to him. And he'll want to look back in his career and know that he won stuff. And he's more likely to do that in the foreseeable at Liverpool than he would be at Manchester United. And that's not me being salty towards United. That's just a fact. I mean, if you asked me this question 10 years ago, the answer would have been that it would have been more likely that he won stuff at United and Liverpool were playing catch-up. At this moment in time, we're a much better club in a much better position with regards to the squad that we have, the gaffer that we have. I would even say the youth players that we have, although United do have a few good young players coming through, Mason Greenwood and the like. What else is there? Why play for Lampard when you can play for Klopp, who can potentially be Germany manager in the far future? Again, I agree, mate. Everything in my makeup believes that he'll end up a Liverpool player. So yeah, I don't think he will end up at Chelsea or United or anywhere else. I think he'll end up in a Liverpool shirt. United keep getting mentioned because it clicks, said Brian Morrissey, which is a fair show. What's my thoughts on Zaniolo? Possible for us to do the deal? I don't know. I'm a little bit hit and miss on this one, mate. I mean, he's Roma's golden boy. He's like the reincarnation of Francesco Totti, albeit an attacking midfielder. I'd seen him linked with a £40 million move to Liverpool, but if I was a betting man, I would probably bet that he's more likely to end up somewhere like Juventus, stay in Italy. He's still relatively young. What is he, 20, 21, something like that? He's a talent, no doubt about it, but if I was to put money on it, I would put money on him staying in Italy and continue to develop, and then maybe moving over to England or something when he's 25, 26, something like that, when he's hitting his prime years. Echo reporting Minamino looking sharp in training. Nice, I like that, Mr. P, well in. What have I missed, said Richard? Oh, mate, so much great stuff. Brilliant, mate. Oh, I don't know if they'll even, I think I'll probably be taken down on YouTube, it was so good. Richard, watch it back, mate. We just went through the news, basically. I did it at the start, because I'm changing it up a bit. Would I sign Dembele on loan? No, I don't like signing any players on loan. I just don't. I'm not a massive fan of the loan market when you're at our level. Because what happens if a player comes in, absolutely plays out of his fucking skin, and then his club go, actually, you know what? We'll have him back, because you know, he developed pretty well. Nah, you either get the deal done or you just don't take somebody. That's the way I look at it anyway. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call that one a night. I will see you guys probably be Friday. I think I might take tomorrow off because my family want to go and do a few bits and pieces. So yeah, I might take tomorrow off, but never say 100%, which is why I keep saying make sure you've got those notifications on. Thank you to all those that have come in to watch us tonight. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. Please do hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Give us a thumbs up as well. If you're watching this on repeat, please do let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Lots of love to each and every one of you. Again, happy birthday to Liverpool. Happy birthday to Callum. Thank you to Joanne, to Brian, to Connor, to all of our mods, to all of our members. and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Lots of love to you. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday actually, but either way, up the motherfucking Reds, and lots of love to you all.